We just had a shooting in New York City where 2 women and a child were hit by stray bullets. Here on the Daily News, I don't want to die. I have a 2-year-old. Mother's Day tourist among 3 struck by stray bullets in Times Square speaks out. Today we're going to be talking about the political situation in this country when it comes to guns. You see, it seems that every other day we have some sort of shooting or accident where somebody is hurt by guns. However, I want to talk about why this is not the gun's fault, because you see a lot of these Democrat advocates, left-wing activists calling for gun control. I mean, just look here. This article talks about how this woman was struck by these bullets. It says, Wendy, 23 years old, was standing in a line at a store with her family at the crossroads of the world when shots rang out on W45th Street and Broadway about 4:55 p.m. on Saturday. She traveled to the city with her husband and little daughter to meet her mom for a Mother's Day celebration. She says, quote, I was literally screaming on the floor. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I have a 2-year-old. A still shaken Wendy told the Daily News Sunday that when she got shot, she told her husband to run because he had the baby girl. Here is a picture of cops at the scene placing down markers, and this story says a lot about the current state of the country, not just in the politics of gun control, but also the state of the Democrats. You see, New York City is a place run by Democrats. They set the rules. And we have recently seen a massive spike in shootings in places like California and New York, where Democrat governors have basically allowed criminals to run rampant. They've gotten rid of bail because apparently bail is a symptom of bigotry. No joke, folks. These Democrat politicians are literally saying that bail is racist and bigoted, and therefore they got rid of it. So in places like New York, you can go out and commit a crime, and then you get arrested, and then guess what? There's no bail, so you can simply walk out the jail and go back on the street and commit another crime. And ever since the Democrats have been enacting all these policies, shootings are up. Oh man. Here on the Daily Mail, we have a suspect. We know who it is. Farrakhan Muhammad, 31 years old, was allegedly trying to shoot his brother when he fired bullets into a crowd, hitting 2 women and a young child. Now, this is the amazing part to me. Muhammad's brother was approached by detectives on Sunday who noticed that he looked like the wanted gunman, so they didn't even catch this guy. Here is a picture of Farrakhan Muhammad, and I love how they say that he allegedly shot his brother when he fired bullets into a crowd, hitting innocent bystanders. Allegedly. You don't understand, officer. I didn't crush that car in front of me with my truck and destroy that entire family. Allegedly. Yeah, give me a break, man. This is simply a case of not only negligence, but attempted homicide. Farrakhan Muhammad, 31, is the prime suspect in the shooting, which left all these people injured. According to the New York Post, Officer Vogel said Sunday, I kept telling the child's mom to breathe, but I knew what she's going through because I have a baby myself. So there's a hero cop out of all this. Officer Vogel, who was seen in footage running away with the child. Here you can see a picture. She's carrying the child away to safety, and many of us thank her for both her service and her brave acts. And this is another thing that gets me about the Democrats. Can you imagine if there was no cops to put their lives on the line to protect innocent citizens? And this is what makes me very angry about liberals and the left. If you scroll down on the Daily News, I want to show you the last statement by the woman who was shot. The article continues, Wendy drove back to Rhode Island Saturday night after receiving the treatment for her wound. She doesn't expect to return to the Big Apple anytime soon. Quote, it's really scary. My mom doesn't want to go to New York ever, and we don't plan on coming back to New York till it gets better or better restrictions on guns. Every time that we have some sort of event like this, these left-wing activists and liberal types and Democrats are so quick to blame the wrong thing. They blame the symptom and not the disease. For example, it wasn't the gun that pulled the trigger. It was a human being. Farrakhan Muhammad, 31, was a peddler of bootleg CDs. who fired shots at his own brother. The bullets missed him and innocent people were hit. Not only that, the police failed to apprehend him as he got away and is now a wanted man. But the liberals are like, oh, we gotta do gun control. That's the problem. Always blaming the tool and not the individual. That is the problem with Democrats. That is the problem with the modern day left. And this is why New York is New York is becoming a third world country. Kind of like California. Anywhere run by these people turns to dust. So police sources said that Times Square vendors who sell CDs and other wares often get into heated arguments, but the disputes rarely turn violent. Margaret said that one of the peddlers left after she'd been struck by a stray bullet. Quote, "It's the innocent ones that are getting hurt at the end of the day. None of the guys in the altercation got hurt," Margaret said. "My husband even saw one of the guys laughing. He said it was so disturbing to see me on the floor screaming for help and to watch him pass by like happy he didn't get caught." And that is my point. You have criminals out on the streets and these lowlives out there committing crimes. And what do you do about it? You do nothing, because you're defunding the police. You're voting for Democrats, and those same Democrats are giving you this kind of environment. Have you ever thought about how dirty the modern city is? Not to sound like Omni-Man, but our world has become dirty, unorganized, violent, chaotic, disturbing. Whatever happened to a clean, noble, functional society? I want to show you a picture. Here in the following, you can see this screenshot showing a picture from the 1940s to 50s of an American city. Here it says, and this is Rio. The funny thing is that people worry about some kind of dystopian future without realizing that we're already living in it. Imagine showing pictures or video of the modern world to someone in the 1950s. They'd be horrified. Yes, the 1950s to 40s were some of the most prosperous times in America. In fact, that's where the term baby boomer comes from. It was such a good economy and things were so affordable that many boomers had big families, they had houses, they had the American dream. That American dream now is dead. Because if you look at old America and compare it to new America, the difference is night and day. There are also many other pictures that show that a lot of the places in these cities that are run down, full of crime, full of all sorts of bad things, used to be beautiful, used to be prosperous, and they looked nothing like they look today. There's many theories on why things ended up the way they did, but for now, I think I'm just going to say that America is fallen from what it used to be. It's very simple. Crime is out of control. And we have too many of these bleeding heart liberals which would rather blame the weapons, rather blame the gun, than the one pulling the trigger. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Please comment down below and let me know what you think. Personally, I think it's only going to get worse, folks. The fact that there was no police on the scene to arrest that man makes me seriously question living anywhere near New York. I will never go there in a million years. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.